Okay, so these are the 2 impact positions. Okay, the red and green line was your posture setup.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the one on the right where you slowed, had the pause and stop. So you're set to the golf ball there nicely. Takeaway is great. Spine angle's good. You pause there, as we can see still on the video. Now as you come back down, the angle of the club's good. You're back in front. And this is swinging through then. This is all your normal fuller swings.
Yeah.
The ball starts a little bit left and had a bit of a fadey tendency, okay? This one here, you're on that red line. As you go back, so you're moving back. So your hips are kind of going forwards, which means if the hips are doing that, now try and rotate. I mean, unless you're a contortionist or a gymnast, you're going to struggle to make any kind of rotation. So the second you've done this now, already your hands and arms are now kind of ahead of the body turn. As you're coming in here now, the club's flipping over, catching that ball, and then you're sort of trying to hang on to the club as best you can. It started left, and most of your shots are just drifting, and they're missing left sufficiently enough to be a problem. Not like, oh my God, losing balls left, but as I say, you're missing greens with sort of 7, 8, 9, 9 wedges. And if you add a bit of right to left wind, or the ball above your feet, or any of that kind of stuff, it's just more and more to the left. Okay, so this is a good one to practice more in terms of how the body's going to work. The other one in terms of impact is when you hit shots where you don't swing much further than this really, when your left arm would be just about visible here, as we can see. We want the club shaft to be kind of pointing down there, so you're in that kind of position there. Yeah, as I said, that is purely 100% a drill feeling. Yeah, to get the sensation of how your hands and arms hit the ground here. Okay, this is an exaggeration to make this just feel a bit more normal at the other end of the spectrum, as opposed to this kind of flipping that you had. But the flipping kind of came from a necessity because you were falling backwards. If you did and you kept your hands going this way, if your arms are going out in that direction, there's only one way it's going to go, mate. You're going to over here somewhere, in fact, be on this screen over here probably, as a shank or a massive block, yeah, or a big sling and hook, which again would be no good at all. So the fact your hands are kind of flipping kind of gets the club back to the ball, but as you said, it's just enough to miss greens. So setup wise, I say, just make sure we're a little bit more equally balanced through the feet. Don't get on your tippy toes and fall forward. Okay, so we're nice and equally balanced. Okay, we're turning into that backswing. We stop, 2, 3. And then we come back down, trying to fit. We're leading with the body a little bit more, and the hands and arms staying in front of the club. That's going to give you kind of a good impact sensation for that thing with the body, and then practice that kind of like punchier feeling with the hands. When you finish, your left wrist is more in that way as opposed to flipping over. So the back of your lead hand's going to fit exactly that sensation there. So look at the club face, and what you'll actually get is we've got an open face draw. The club face is sort of sat up opening. How's it drawing still? What? Doesn't make sense because you're seeing the club face do this. Hang on, the face it's not turning over. You don't just to flip your hands over to draw the golf ball. Yeah, the club face comes in from the correct path and correct square club face. The club face can stay more to target without the worry of trying to turn your hands over. Okay, mate, does that kind of make sense then? Yeah. So some things to work on. I think work on that posture. Obviously, address, making sure your weight's not on your tippy toes, and then when you turn into your backswing, you're there. Stop. Then down, and then work. Maybe your warm-up swings are probably the punchier ones to start with, to get that feeling of your hands and your wrists. And then make some swings up here where we swing there. Be aware of your weight distribution, and then bringing the golf club down, keeping that self on that spine angle line there now, getting the club back in front with that better impact. And again, one last thing I said, make sure the ball is on the mat in line with the white line. Because if you hit golf balls from here on the mat, if you hit the white line, you're going left, isn't he? So you're going to probably get some more pullier sensations based sometimes just on the cameras, and then that encourages you to try to swing out there. Exactly, yeah. Okay, mate?
Yeah, thank you.